Hey everybody, this is Rycard here again, and welcome to the final upload of our viewer submission sets week. Now before I get to this set today, I just wanted to say thank you to all of you that took the time to post in the comments in that original video and submit various sets for me to either look at, review, or just post up there for a lot of people. I'm going to leave that video up forever, so if all of you just kind of want to look through it at some point and try to search for some interesting stuff, by all means go ahead and do it. That's kind of part of the reason why I did that. But today's video is submitted to me by a user by the name of Gall55227, and as you can see, it was an Exeggutor set that this person sent in, and I liked it mainly because of the fact that it is something different than I'm normally used to seeing for Exeggutor and wanted to share it with you all. So with that, let's take a look at what this user and viewer brought to us today. So first off for the set, we're either going to go with a Jolly or an Adamant nature for Exeggutor. Jolly will increase our speed but lower our special attack, and Adamant will increase our physical attack but lower our special attack. Either one you go with, you're basically making Exeggutor faster or more powerful, so it's pretty much up to you. Exeggutor doesn't have the highest speed stat in the world, so Jolly may be necessary on the set just so you're outspeeding a few things that might even be like Scarfed, but Adamant is obviously there for the greater power. But for the ability, we're going to be going with Chlorophyll, and the reason for this is that this set is basically meant to be used on a Sun team. Now this obviously could be used in OU with Drought Ninetales because Exeggutor does have the attacking stats to be able to compete in OU, but more commonly it'll most likely be used in any of the other tiers because Exeggutor is NU, so you can use it anywhere, and it can just work out to be useful in any Sun team that you might want to use it on. But as for the EVs, we're going to put 252 into physical attack to give us our highest physical attack, 4 for special defense, and then 252 EVs into speed to give us our highest speed possible. And as for the item, the ones that were recommended to me were either a Life Orb or Leftovers. Life Orb is obviously very useful due to the fact that you'll be doing more damage with every attack, but you do have that recoil that comes with it. But Leftovers could be useful, on the other hand, as a way to help you heal back some damage caused by one of the moves that we're going to be using on the set, which does have recoil. But for the first move, we're going to be making use of Swords Dance because this is a physical Exeggutor set. Now these are highly uncommon due to the fact that Exeggutor does have a higher special attack stat, so more often than not you're going to see people using its special attack, but it actually has a really good physical attack stat as well. So using Swords Dance with Exeggutor isn't that crazy of an idea. One other option that you could use instead of Swords Dance would just be to use Growth, and this is because Growth increases your physical and special attack stat by +2 when you use it, but the good thing about Growth is that it's kind of ambiguous as to what kind of attacking set you are, because obviously Swords Dance is going to be physical, but Growth could be physical or special. So it's another option you could go with, but obviously Swords Dance is more consistent for these +2 for physical attack, because if you don't have Sun up when you bring Exeggutor in, Growth will only be a +1 boost to your physical attack. But with that, we're going to be making use of Wood Hammer as our main grass-type stab move. And this is excellent because it has really high base power, and that'll be very useful for Exeggutor to be dealing a lot of physical damage. Other options that you could potentially go with would be Seed Bomb, which does have less power but no recoil, or maybe even Bullet Seed, but I'm not exactly sure if Exeggutor learns that. But that could potentially work out to be even more powerful than Wood Hammer, because it does have a 25 base power but can hit 5 times. That's not obviously going to be happening all the time, so it's pretty much whichever one you want to go with. I personally think Wood Hammer is the best option, but I just wanted to share the others with you. And then up next, as our main secondary stab option for our Psychic typing, we're going to go with Zen Headbutt. And this actually works out really well because with the speed boost that we're getting from Chlorophyll, we are going to be having that chance to flinch with Zen Headbutt. It's not as much as some other flinching moves, but it can happen and would be very beneficial on a set like this. And obviously, Zen Headbutt's going to be doing a lot of good stab damage from the physical side as well, and it's also just good coverage with the grass secondary typing as well. Now for this last move, the one that was recommended to me was Moonlight, and this works out really well because of the fact that we're using this in Sun, So Moonlight is actually recovering 75% health, I believe, or is it 66? Either way, it's recovering more than half because we're using it in Sun. Synthesis obviously does the exact same thing, so it's pretty much whichever one you want to use. They have the exact same function on the set. I just think Moonlight is a cooler move. But that's the one that was also suggested. But another option that you could potentially use for the set, and these are just alternative things that might give it some more options, would be to go with Sleep Powder, because obviously Sleep Powder could put things to sleep, allowing you to get up a free Swords Dance, or you could potentially go with Explosion in your last move slot. And this is really great because even though Explosion was nerfed in 5th gen, meaning that it doesn't have defense when it attacks, you're still throwing a 250 base power attack at your opponent. So despite the fact that it's not nearly as powerful, it's still ridiculously powerful, and it might be another option in case you're running low on HP and the thing you're up against might be resisting either the Wood Hammer or the Zen Headbutt. And that's pretty much all I can say about this set. Overall, it's just a really solid physical attacking set. Another thing that I might just quickly mention is if you are going to use this in OU, also for the last move slot, you could run Hidden Power Fire, and instead of an Adamant Nature, you could run like a Naive Nature or something to increase your physical attack but lower your special defense, so you're not lowering your special attack stat. And that would be useful for purposes of hitting something like Ferrothorn, because obviously Ferrothorn is going to be resisting Wood Hammer and Zen Headbutt. So that's another option if you want to use it in OU. But overall, this set is really good as it is, and I want to thank the user again for submitting it to me. I really like the idea of physical Exeggutor, and I think this is something that should be used more often because special Exeggutor is incredibly common, and this is something to just change it up a bit. But that's it for this series and this video, everyone. So I wanted to thank you all again for your submissions. If you didn't get picked, I was mainly looking for sets that were out of the ordinary but still effective, or things that not a lot of people might have known about, hence like the reason for me posting a Slowpoke and Larvesta video, because not a lot of people know that those Pokemon can be even useful. And I was just mainly looking for some new things and some interesting ideas. So sorry if you did not make it this time, but I'm going to be doing another one of these, obviously. So stay tuned for that, but thank you all for watching again, and take care as always, and goodbye.